Guys, it's not even 9 o'clock in the morning and it's already been a day. Good morning, BookTube. My name is Adrian and welcome back to my channel. So today I've decided that I wanted to do a book tag. There was a specific tag that I wanted to do, not because I had seen it anywhere before or anything like that, but because it seemed like the best option for me right now. And that is the title of this video, the Hot Mess book tag. This tag apparently didn't exist. I thought maybe it would have because, you know, most ideas have been taken already. But when I did some searching, I didn't find a hot mess book tag. So, as a result of that, I decided to make my own. Clearly, as the title states, this video is going to be a hot mess. It seems only fitting. I am filming this before 9 o'clock in the morning in the floor of my living room with my cup of coffee and my children just playing in the background. So I apologize for all the background noise that will inevitably be in this video. But what you gonna do? So the way this tag works, I came up with 7 questions based on an article that I had read that was like 18 signs that you are a hot mess. And I picked 7 of them that I thought were the best to go along with some bookish questions. And so we're just gonna go through these questions. I have books to show you for all of them. They're all lined up here. I'm sure you can probably see them in the frame because, like I said, hot mess. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into this tag so that I can hopefully get it done and get it edited before just everything hits the fan today. So on with the tag. My computer is over here with all the questions on it, so I'm just gonna read them and not look at you, so I'm sorry. So number 1, you tend to be about 10 minutes late to everything. What new release are you late to the game on reading? For this one, I have Obsidio by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I just finished my reread of Illuminae and Gemina, so I am now finally ready to pick up this book, but I feel like everyone and their dog has already read this book and I haven't. And so definitely need to get into this one very soon. Hopefully I'm going to read it this month. Hopefully you will be seeing this in my wrap-up at the end of the month. But yes, definitely behind on this book. Question 2. You wear the same pair of pants for the 3rd day in a row. What is a book that you've read over and over again? I apparently forgot to grab a book for this one, but for this one, I'm going to have to say Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I know a lot of people around BookTube now have issues with this book, but I still love it. It's just a nice, sweet book. I enjoy the couple in it. I really enjoy it. I can absolutely see people's frustration with this book, but at the same time, I liked it. I'm getting a phone call. Further the hot mess. Hello? Alright guys, sorry about that. I'm sure the camera angle is different because while I was on the phone, my kids moved the tripod, so I just had to kind of put it back. So I hope it's at least a similar angle. Sorry. This book tag fits my look.
You're back.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough books. Number 3, you're pretty sure your bloodstream is 80% coffee or caffeine in general. What is your favorite fast-paced book? For this one, I picked an old favorite, which is The Hunger Games by Susan Collins. This book I consider to be one of the fastest-paced books I've ever read. I flew through this when I first read it. I flew through it every time I've reread it, and I do consider this to be one of the fastest-paced books I've read, like I said. So definitely this one. Up next is number 4. When you are feeling overwhelmed, the best solution is to take a nap. What book had you stressed out at every turn? For this one, I chose Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I was stressed out 95% of the time while reading this book. This book has a lot of no-win type situations in it, which stressed me out to no end because I like to try and find solutions. There were none in this book. It was a good book. I gave it 3 stars because of how stressed out it made me, but I think if I took that out of the equation, it'd probably be a 4-star read. But yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it, but definitely stressed me out. Number 5, sleep is a foreign concept. What book kept you up at night? For this one, I had As She Fades by Abby Glines. I love this book. This is a fairly new release. I think it just came out in April, maybe? April or March. I was very excited to get this book as an ARC from NetGalley because I love Abby Glines. And so I was really excited to get this one. It looks really short, but it's an abnormally tall book. So there is that. But I was very surprised by this book. I was reading the ARC, trying to, you know, get it read so I could get a review up on Goodreads and on Amazon and on NetGalley's website. And I was reading it at night because we were probably like 2 weeks away from release date. I wanted to have it done. And I got to about the halfway point. This book is divided into 2 parts. And I got to part 2. And it was about 2 in the morning when I got to that point. My husband and I had been cleaning. I was taking a break to read. I was like, all right, I'm going to finish this chapter that I'm on, and then I'm going to go to bed because you have to be up in the morning, you know, kids, whatnot. Got to that point at 2 in the morning, got to part 2, and I literally chucked my phone across my room because of what happens right when you get to part 2. I did not see it coming, and it floored me. And at that point, I was like, all right, I want to keep reading. I have to know what's going on. But it's 2 in the morning and I need to go to bed. So I was like, okay, my husband took away my phone, plugged it in for me, got rid of it, put it up for me. And he's like, okay, you have to go to bed. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll go to bed and I'll just read it first thing in the morning. I got in bed. And at 4 in the morning, I hadn't slept because all I was doing was sleeping, thinking about this book. I'm like, forget it, I have to read it. And so I got up, read this book, and then chugged about a gallon of coffee the next day while I was up taking care of kids. So this book absolutely kept me up at night, thinking about it and reading it. Definitely like this book. Number 6, your phone screen is almost certainly cracked. Show us your book with the most cracks in its spine, or show us the books that you have read so much that it probably should have cracks in its spine. Most of my books that I read a lot don't have cracks in their spines because they're bigger paperbacks. They're easier not to break the spines on. But I do have 2 books that have the worst cracked spine. And that is The Hiding Place by Corey ten Boom and Don't Die My Love by Lorraine McDaniel. I don't know if you pronounce that. It's in cursive. I can barely read that. But these books have horrible cracked spines. And they are beat up to high heaven. These are 2 books that I got when I first really got into reading. I was already really into reading, but when I first got into like bigger books rather than just like little ones, these were 2 of them that I read. This was actually a school assignment, and I read this book probably 30 times because I just was fascinated by it. And this one I actually got used at a book, like a yard sale. And I read it and I really liked it. And these were before I realized that there was a way to read a book without cracking the spine. But, you know, it's what makes them, you know, unique to my library. The fact that these were 2 books I read when I was really young and they have cracked spines. And I don't know if you can see their spines, but they are real beat up. The last one is number 7. You're almost always forgetting something. What is a book whose plot you have almost completely forgotten? For this one, I have The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan. I have only read the Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. I've tried to read The Lost Hero several times, couldn't get into it. So eventually I want to revisit those. But I got this one because I'm really into Egyptian mythology. Super interested in it, so I got this one. I read this book. I remember nothing about this book. I need to reread it because I do own the other 2 books in the series, and I want to read every book that I own. And so I definitely need to get to these, but I just haven't. So I want to get to this, to reread this, but I remember nothing about this book. The only thing I remember is that it follows twins and there's Egyptian mythology. That's all I got. So definitely need to reread this one. Alright guys, so that is all I have for this book tag. I hope you guys found this interesting. If you did, feel free to do this tag and let me know that you've done it because I would love to see other people do this tag. I feel like I am a hot mess like 95% of the time, as evidenced by this video and the chaos that is going on and all the children talking in the background. But yeah, I will have the questions in the description box down below. Feel free to use them for your own video. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna tag anyone, just because I'm an awkward person and I feel weird tagging people in videos. So I'm not gonna tag anyone, but if you want to do it, feel free. I would love to see other people doing this video and answering these questions. So yeah, if you feel like you too can bond with the feeling of being a hot mess, this tag is for you. So feel free to do it. Like I said, tell me down below if you do this tag or if you've read any of these books and what your thoughts were. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out some of my others. I post videos every Monday and Friday. I post a reading vlog on Monday and I post something else, sometimes a tag, sometimes something else, on Friday. Today, obviously, it was a tag. So if you are interested in more of my content, come back and check me out then, or check out some past videos that I have posted. Also, if you want to subscribe, I would really appreciate it, and I will pop up in your subscription feed anytime I post a new video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.